Well, you guys, it is over. I am standing here today to let you guys know that unfortunately I have decided to shut down my bin store. I know it's probably not that much of a shock to you guys because I kind of already told everybody what's been going on with, the bills and sales, and how this has just been really, really damn hard. But it's official. I have to close. So what has changed between right now and the original video I made, 2 or 3 months ago, talking about, how things were getting hard and counting down the weeks to the end of my lease? What has changed? The numbers have changed. The timeline has had to speed up because, unfortunately, staying here another, 30 plus weeks, the act of staying here is what will end up bankrupting me, because the rate that we are losing money is just so much more than the obligation to the space that I'm in, that I really have no choice but to shut down. It's one of those situations where you notice the bleeding and you've got to stop the bleeding before you bleed out. I mean, that's kind of the point that I'm at right now, unfortunately. Because you guys know, I am a stubborn woman. I really like to dig my heels in. I like to try to make things work. I've been an entrepreneur for all of my adult life, and I don't like to throw in the towel before I know that I have no other choice. So I really did try to make it work. I really did try to do everything I could to, change the store around so that I was able to increase my profit margins a little more. I cut my entire staff, and my husband and I have been running this by ourselves 6 days a week, which has not been great for my personal life. My relationship with my husband is perfectly fine, but it's taking the time away from my kids. One of my kids is special needs. He is really struggling with the idea of mommy and daddy being gone and working, 60 to 70 hours a week. He's really struggling with that. My teenager is the one that has been taking care of his younger brother. And, it really sucks and feels unfair to my teenager who graduates this year. He really has this burden of taking care of his little brother so that our family business can try to survive. And, it's not fair to him because he's not able to go out and get an actual job where he, starts to learn the workforce and make money. He wants to move out after high school, and he has no way to secure a job where he can provide for himself here in the next, 6 months. There was all of these things that we were having to take into consideration. And so that was already, hard enough on our personal life and our personal finances. But then factor in just how exhausted we are and the strain that we're feeling on our bodies, doing all of this by ourselves. We're unloading trucks by ourselves. We're sorting trucks by ourselves. We're cleaning by ourselves. We're doing all of the manual labor of running a store that used to have a staff of 7. I used to have a staff of 7 people here. And now the workload of 7 people is on myself and my husband. And we are, running this business 6 days a week. And then on our one day off, we're having to work. The store is not open, but we're still having to work. And so it's been a lot. And I would say that all of that work would be worth it if we were making the money, but we are just not. We're just not. I do go live on my YouTube channel, and I was talking with all of my viewers on my weekly live stream about how our numbers for Q4 are just not what we expected. We were not expecting our revenue to go down during Q4. It was a very, very odd thing that our revenue was decreasing during the busiest time of the year when we were doing better at summer. Like when it comes to retail, summer is never supposed to be busier than Christmas season. Like it's absolutely obscene. So there's definitely something happening. Either our competitors are getting all of our customers' business, or our customers just aren't spending as much money. At this point, I don't even know anymore. And it's exhausting trying to figure it out. So in order to stop the bleeding, we have decided to close for all of those reasons and more. It's very, very bittersweet. I do feel a sense of relief. But honestly, standing here in an empty store still full of merchandise, it doesn't feel real yet. Maybe it'll feel real when we start to clear everything out. But it is very bittersweet. I knew that I was going to be closing the store after the lease was up. I was not anticipating closing the store this early, but unfortunately the numbers tell me I have to. And it's very weird. If I'm being honest, it's very weird standing here right now, looking around and knowing that it is coming to a close very, very soon. We are planning to be open only one more day, and then we won't be reopening. So what comes next? What is the next step? I'm sure that you're all thinking that. Well, we have to, get rid of all of this inventory. Luckily enough, the last truck that we had, going through that truck kind of coincided with Christmas time. So we are able to kind of do a last minute Christmas sale, which is what we did. We did, a decreasing pricing structure for Christmas. And now tomorrow we are doing a Fil Bag event. So it's basically everything that's left in the store here. People just get big, like jumbo sized shopping bags, and not really as big as an IKEA bag, but we have some that are almost as big as an IKEA bag. And they're just going to, pay a price depending on the size bag. We have 3 different size bags. They'll either pay $7, $15, or $20 to fill up the bag. Whatever they can stuff in the bag and carry out is that price. So we have done Fil Bags before. It's not our first time. The last one that we did was actually Christmas of 2022. And we got rid of so much stuff that we had to close the store early. It was on a day that we were open from 10 to 4. But by about 12:30, the entire store was completely empty, and we had to just close down because anybody coming in wouldn't have anything to buy, even if they wanted to. So I have no doubt that we will basically get rid of everything tomorrow. And then after that, we will just slowly work on transitioning out of the building. I do still need to, settle up with the landlord and figure things out there. It is what it is at this point. I'll even tell you guys how much money Fil Bag made us. I mean, why not? It's not going to be much. I can tell you that. When people are buying items by the bag full, we're not going to make very much money. But I'll share all of that with you guys and kind of show you what everything looks like afterward. Yeah, that's where we're at. So let's check out how Fil Bag went. Okay, so it's Fil Bag day, and this is the state of the bins. There's still a lot of stuff out here. I honestly have no idea how much revenue we expect to do today. I'm hoping to do at least 2,000 in revenue. 2,000 in revenue won't even cover the cost of this inventory, just so everybody is clear. There's at least a full truckload worth of stuff here, so there's probably $8,000 or $10,000 worth of merchandise here, but this is just merchandise that has been sitting around because nobody's wanted to purchase it for even, $1, which is really sad and really frustrating, but that's just the reality of it. So yeah, whenever businesses like this do a Fil Bag, we're definitely not making any money. I wish customers would understand that. That's like a constant struggle, I feel like.
because customers, you know, want days like this, but it's days like this that unfortunately it's like a cash flow necessity for businesses. We don't really make any money. But right now I'm just kind of showing you everything that's left, going over all of the bins so you guys can kind of see what's all here, and then we'll find out how fast we can blow it all out. The last Fil Bag we did, it took only about 2 hours for everything to be cleared out, so we'll see how it goes. And just so you know, this does say $5 bin, but all of the $5 stuff is gone, so we're just using it to pile things in. And these are digital alarm clocks. So we have a whole bunch of those. We probably have like 1,000 of those. Oh, I guess we do have one $5 item left. A push-up board. Nobody even wanted it for like 90 cents on the last day of our sale. That's kind of sad. But yeah, and then there's all that fall stuff. So store full of merchandise. We'll see how fast it goes. Oh yeah, and all the clothes. Didn't even mention all the clothes. All the clothes here. Whole bunch of clothes for people to dig through. And then whole mess of shoes too. Let Fil Bag Day begin. Well, the sign is gone. Officially closed. This is where we're at now. We are officially closed. Please forgive me for not having vlogged more of this process, but honestly, I didn't have it in me. My wonderful husband was the one who primarily broke all the tables down, moved things into storage, did a whole bunch of that because I did not handle the store closing very well. It was extraordinarily emotional for me. Even just sitting here now, it's very emotional for me. But I wanted to wrap up this video in some way because I felt like I started a video and then I had no conclusion to it. So that's what I'm doing now. I am concluding this chapter and letting you guys know everything that has happened up to this point since, you know, a few weeks has gone by since I originally filmed those clips that you saw at the beginning of the video. We've obviously done a lot of work in here. I say we, I should just say my husband. My husband has done a lot of work. He really busted his butt to get this place cleared out as much as possible because he went back to work. My husband got a job, and I mean, I think he was more than happy to do it. He's a workhorse. He's not good at being self-employed. He really likes punching a clock and collecting a paycheck, so he was happy to go back to work. So now I am just personally finishing up, wrapping up this entire chapter. I have to get the rest of this stuff cleared out. There's still, you know, a pretty good amount of stuff. There's still a pretty good amount of stuff that's here. I apologize, I'm not wearing a mic or anything. It's probably pretty echoey in here because it's a pretty big space that is now empty. But so I've had, you know, the sign taken off the building. The place has been cleaned up, as you can see. I just have to focus on moving stuff into storage and then it's done. So I did not vlog a lot of that last sale that we had, that Fil Bag sale, because it was a disaster, if I'm being honest. We had a lot of people just being jerks. Like, we had a lot of customers just being jerks and destroying things and making snide comments, and how the customers acted during the Fil Bag was just a true indication that we really did make the correct choice in closing the store. This this last Fil Bag that we did was nothing like the Fil Bags that we've done before. The Fil Bags that we've done before, we've had people come in excited, fill their bags, pay their money, and leave happy. This Fil Bag, we had nothing but complaints, destruction, rude comments. We even had people just walk out without paying. One in particular I did get on video, so I'll just show you that clip right here. So yeah, we just had people filling up bags and walking out. You know, when it's only $15 to pay for an entire bag full of stuff and you have people walking out the front door without paying, there's a problem. I think that our customers basically told us that we made the appropriate decision. And as frustrating as that is, it's also kind of a relief, because I was really worried I was making the incorrect decision. I was really worried that I was closing the store too prematurely because, you know, like I mentioned, I like to try to make things work. I want to try different things to make it work. I don't like giving up too soon. And I was really, really concerned that I was making my decision with too much haste, and I was just going to be shutting the doors down without exhausting every idea that I had. And I was worried I was making the wrong decision, but that last day that we were open, just hearing comments from customers and seeing how customers reacted and the amount of shoplifting that happened, it was really, it pretty much solidified my decision and reassured that I was making the correct decision, because I think that anything else I could have tried wouldn't have saved the store. So as frustrating as that last day was, it is a relief that I got some sort of confirmation that I did make the right choice. So now what comes next for me? I am going to take this time right now to announce that I am going to be taking a break from YouTube. I need to get my ducks in a row. I need to figure out what I'm doing. I need to figure out what I'm doing because I keep getting that question, what's next? And I honestly don't know what's next. I don't know what I'm going to do next. Right now, I am just tired. I am tired in all ways. I am tired physically. I am tired emotionally. As I sit here and speak today, my foot is in agonizing pain. I don't know what I did to my foot, but I can barely walk. And so I'm just really tired. I'm just tired of everything. Everything and anything. I had a really, really rough week with my landlord this week. If you were a member of my YouTube channel, you know that I do members only live streams every week. I completely and totally missed my members only live stream this week. And I apologize to all my members that I didn't show up for you. I truly am sorry. I honestly and truly did not even realize that it was the day to do my members only live, because that day that I usually go live for my members was just a really, really bad day. It was a really bad day. And while trying to recoup from my bad day, I went to bed that night and told myself that I was going to wake up the next day and everything was going to be better. And it was only when I woke up the next day that I realized that I missed my members live. I was like, holy crap, I didn't even realize it was Tuesday yesterday. So I am very sorry to all my members that I missed that live. But I do plan to go live next week. I honestly don't even know when I'm posting this video. Who knows? I've probably already done my members live by the time this video is posted. But I am going to be taking a break from posting YouTube videos. I'm also going to take a break from doing my weekly public lives. I will continue to do my members only lives. So if you would like to be a member, feel free to join. I am going to be doing members only lives every Tuesday night from 6:30 to 8 Central Standard Time. But I'm not going to completely put an end to my regular public lives. I'm just going to take a break from them for a little while. I've told you guys before, you know, whenever I am dealing with things in my life, it's really hard for me to produce content and go live and, you know, pretend like everything is okay when it's not. I can't do that. And I've been having a really rough last month. And so I really have no content that I can produce. I really haven't felt like going live. And I know that moving forward, while I kind of figure things out, while I, you know, wrap up this lease with the landlord and figure all of that out, while I move everything into a storage unit, while I figure out my next steps with working from home, it's going to be really mentally exhausting and just emotionally taxing for me to do all of that. And so I'm just going to take a break from producing content because I know that any content I put out is not going to be good while I'm dealing with all of that stuff. So that's where I'm at. I am so appreciative to all of you for supporting me during this time. You guys have had a lot of words of encouragement that has meant a lot. For everybody that is a member or not that has chosen to support me by, you know, clicking a thumbs up or subscribing or leaving me a comment or just even watching the video and doing nothing else, I really, really appreciate you. I know that I owe it to everybody to not just disappear. That's why I'm kind of telling all of you that I'm just going to take a break. I'm just going to take a break and I'll come back. I don't know how long of a break that's going to be, but I am going to continue to do my members only live. So I will kind of use that as a way to kind of stay present on my channel and not just disappear. I'm going to try really hard to hold myself accountable to that. And for anybody who's interested in becoming a member, it's all tiers. I'm going to start going live with all tiers. It's not just going to be the second tier or higher like it used to. So if you are subscribed to one of the higher tiers, feel free to downgrade because I'm going to do all channel member lives. Doesn't matter what the tier is. So. Oh yeah, I had said that I was going to tell you guys how much money I made on Fil Bag. The store brought in $1,800. Definitely not as much as I was hoping to get. We actually should have gotten more had we sold more, but we did not sell everything. We sold maybe half of what I showed in the video, and then the rest of it was boxed up and donated. So had we actually filled enough bags and sold enough, had we sold enough bags to, you know, get rid of all of the inventory that we had out here, we probably would have made more like 3,000 or 4,000, but we only sold about half of it. So like I said, it was not like any other Fil Bag that we've ever had. And I don't know if that's an indication of our customer base, if that's an indication of the economy. I don't know what it's an indication of, but it was absolutely not anything like any other sale or Fil Bag event that we've done in the past. It was very bizarre. And that's another reason why I did not film any of it, because it was a very frustrating day for me, just dealing with the customers and everything that happened. It was extremely frustrating. So I didn't film any of it because I was salty that day. I'm just being real. I was real salty that day. Yeah, I've basically liquidated everything. We've sold all of our equipment, all of our fixtures, basically sold everything that we could to scrape enough money together to pay off the landlord what we needed to do to vacate the space and leave a zero balance. That's basically what we did. We've literally sold everything that we could to scrape together every single penny to try to satisfy our balance with the landlord so we can get out of here. Because the last thing I want is this lease just like hanging over my head indefinitely. So we've sold every stick of wood, literally. We have some sticks of wood that are still pending sale, but people are planning to come pick them up this weekend. But yeah, everything's sold. I've sold it all. I've sold it all to get every penny that I could to get out of this lease. I think one of the things that's the most depressing about selling what you can and getting what you can for it just because you need the money in order to pay someone off. The most frustrating thing about it is you know how much you paid for things originally, and selling it for so little it really hurts. Like, it gets you in your gut. That's me. I'm feeling it in my gut right now. I am feeling it in my gut. But it is what it is. Closing this chapter and moving on. But all right, you guys, that's all I have to report today. Thank you all for your patience with me. If you would, feel free to like this video. It'll help me out with the YouTube algorithm, and I appreciate it. Hopefully I can get some traction on some videos while I'm taking my little break. So thumbs up is always appreciated. If you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe, because after my break, I'm planning to come back full force and do some stuff. I don't know what yet, but I'm going to do something. Don't know, but I got to do something. I can't just do nothing. I am incapable of doing nothing. If you guys know me, I'm incapable of doing nothing. If you're a channel member, I plan to still continue to go live every single Tuesday from 6:30 Central Standard Time to 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down in the comments below. I always appreciate every time you guys take just a few minutes to leave a comment, good or bad. It's always appreciated. And I guess I'll just see you guys with my next video. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.